Religion is the organized system of religious beliefs and practices and is a lifestyle for so many people in the world. The most common ones are Christianity with 2.5 billion followers, Islam with 2 billion, Hinduism 1.2 billion, Buddhism with 500 million, and Judaism having 14.8 million followers. What all religions have in common is the concept of a mystic power, power that is different from and greater than physical forces and social interactions. A common explanation for religion is that it helps humans deal with stress, anxiety, and uncertainty. It can be comforting, but also terrifying. When it comes to comfort, religion begs the question of whether it's just a man-made coping mechanism. Most people have grown up in Christianity from the influence of their parents, but as some grew older and experienced ups and downs, getting to see life on a much deeper level, they have started to question it. The God that they were taught to have so much power did not answer their prayers. Innocent children are dying and being harmed by the likes of Epstein, people experiencing world hunger and genocides, which makes people question the existence of a God, and if he does exist, is he really good? In an argument from Sam Harris in his debate with William Craig in 2011, here is a portion of the debate. Harris argues how 9 million children die every year before they reach the age of 5. Picture an Asian tsunami of the sort we saw in 2004 that killed 250,000 people. One of those every 10 days, killing children only under 5. That's 24,000 children a day, 1,000 an hour. Think of the parents of these children. The fact that most of these men and women believed in God and prayed for their children to be spared, but their prayers were not answered, and many of these people certainly will be going to hell because they are praying to the wrong God. Through no fault of their own, they were born into the wrong culture where they got the wrong theology and missed the revelation. There are 1.2 billion people in India at this moment. Most of them are Hindus. Most, therefore, are polytheists, according to Dr. Craig. No matter how good these people are, they are doomed. If you are praying to the monkey god Hanuman, you will be tortured in hell for eternity. Dharma the serial killer would go to heaven if he genuinely repented and gave his life to Christ, because Jesus died for us all, and his blood cleared any sin. No one is morally perfect, no matter how good, to not need Christ. Heaven won't be the same for all. There will be gifts and different rankings according to how you lived your life for God. Let's get into more answers from the Christian perspective about these questions. There is the concept of free will, that we have all been given a choice, and we suffer the consequences of our choices and other people's. A creation without free will would be robotic and not much of a life. Satan chose to be evil, and most of us suffer in his hands because that's who he chooses to be. A thief, killer, and destroyer. Occults choose to kill and mutilate children, cause accidents as sacrifices. Legal rights. There is a legality system in the spiritual realm that allows or denies access of demons to do things in your life according to the actions you and your generation take. They need a pass to do bad things to you. If you are practicing anything dark, they have you rolled round their fingers. And everyone else not believing in God is just living in the world. And you therefore have little protection. People who don't like you and go to witches will definitely get you. While believers are busy praying for their lives, protection, breaking generational curses, repenting since sin also gives demons a pass. Generational curses play a big role, more than people understand. If your grandfather was a killer who never gave his life to Christ, the victims are crying to God from the other side, and because his sins are not cleared by the blood shed by Christ and the victims given peace by the blood, he therefore gets to pay a bigger price than he would have if he repented. But without that understanding, they will think God is unjust to them. God's vengeance is wrathful, but it does not have to happen when and how we think it would. The killer and his generation are now cursed with something so bad, and now the children of his generation have to break it. Similar to when a man pleases the Lord greatly, he blesses him and his generation. A reason why some people seem to have it so smooth and lucky in life. God's plan. Well, this one people don't like, but sometimes suffering is for a purpose, to change you for a calling, to get you out of a bad situation you are clinging onto are some of the reasons. People ask why the Old Testament is the way it is, but it was more of culture-based. In the New Testament, when Jesus came and taught, depicts how God wanted us to live. Trusting in God is very vital in Christianity, for God loves us all, even if things don't go how we want. And a big one is God not saying yes to prayers, which falls back to God's plan, if you are clear on everything else that might be the cause. I would love to hear your opinions in the comments. If you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe for more interesting content.